Today we will discuss about ceramics, and this class is relevant for diploma electrical students. So we will discuss the insulating materials, and today we will discuss about ceramics. This ceramics is a material which is made by high temperature uh, uh, firing treatment of natural clay and certain inorganic materials. So this is a material, students, which can sustain lots of temperature without making any damage to the material. So it can withstand high amount of temperature after the material has been made. So how it is made? It is made by high temperature firing of natural clay and certain inorganic matters. Structurally, ceramics are crystals bonded together. Other materials used with clay in different type of ceramics are alumina, quartz, talc, magnesite, feldspar, etc. A few of the known ceramics are composed of the following. So these are the few types of your ceramics and its composition. The first one is insulator porcelain. So it consists of clay, quartz and feldspar. You have to remember the constituents of these ceramics products. The next one is high frequency porcelain. The composition here is clay, quartz, barium carbonate. Then the third one is your statite, that is clay, talc and magnesite. A simple manufacturing process for ceramics involves mixing finely ground clay and metal oxide with just water sufficient to make a paste which is shaped according to the requirement. This mold is finally dried and fired at a temperature ranging between 1200 degrees centigrade and 1700 degrees centigrade. So students, the manufacturing process which we have read now involves mixing finely grounded clay. So it is a very finely powdered, you can say, this clay. Now this clay is added with a metal oxide with water just sufficient to make a paste which is shaped according to requirement. So we can modify or make any shape which we require. This mold is finally dried, so it will be baked, you can say. It will be dried to a temperature of about 1200 degrees centigrades to 1700 degrees centigrades. The main features of this ceramics are very hard. They are strong also with high density. So hard, strong and dense. They are not affected by chemical action except by strong acids and alkalis. So they are chemically also they are unaffected, but some alkalis and some acids are exceptional. Stronger in composition than in tension. The stability at high temperature likely to occur in electrical engineering applications. So they possess high amount of stability with the high temperatures which in the electrical field of engineering involves. So they can sustain those kind of temperatures also. Also, they possess excellent dielectric properties, weak in impact strength. They cannot be used as self-supporting thin films like paper, cotton, etc. Main physical, mechanical and electrical properties of important ceramics are as in table. So you can just note down this table, or you can just have a look. They have the properties of alumina, high voltage porcelain, low voltage porcelain, statite and zircon. Now specific gravity, there is softening temperature in degrees, structural limiting temperature in degrees, water absorption percentage is there. So you have to remember this table for the porcelain. So sometimes it is asked in your exams also, so you can remember this table. So tensile strength in kg, compressive strength, dielectric constant, power factor, volume resistivity. So this is the table, you have to remember them. Now the effect of temperature, students. The effect of temperature on the ceramics, how does it affect? Let us see. Electrical resistance of ceramics decreases very rapidly with the rise of temperature. So the resistance of the ceramics decreases with the rise of in temperature. So there is a graph also shown to you. So this graph uh, shows the points 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, where high voltage porcelain, the other material statite is there, zircon porcelain and 75% alumina body, and there is also a substance called as your forsterite, right? So these are the materials used and the electrical resistance is noted down. So you will find such graphs. So effect of temperature on dielectric constant. So this is the effect of dielectric constant of different substance. Those substances have been noted here, that is alumina, statite and zircon porcelain. Now we will discuss the effect of moisture on porcelain. The effect of humid atmosphere on the surface resistivity of ceramic material is not very pronounced. Ceramic insulators often possessed or exposed to humid atmosphere, rain, etc. in order to reduce, as far as possible, eliminate the penetration of moisture. So we should try, or we should keep this thing in our mind, that as they are exposed to the outer atmosphere, it should have total waterproof, or it should not have the property to absorb water. So we should have to possibly eliminate the penetration of moisture. Ceramic insulators are glazed. Glazing also prevents dirt and dust from accumulating on the surface of insulator. So now why this thing is required? It will be glazed, and if dust or dirt is there, what will happen? If there will be dust and dirt, then this will slowly will be the cause of the damage of the material by depositing of this water or any dirt also. This can cause conduction also, because it is an insulator. We want that it should work as a insulator. So this is a reason why it should be totally glazed one. Now the application of ceramic, students. The capacity to withstand high temperature, immunity to moisture, good electrical properties, excellent compressive strength, moldability are the properties to make ceramics valuable for many electrical applications. So these are some of the you can say necessary applications where the ceramics is used. So the major application where they are used are porcelain insulator. You might have seen porcelain insulator in overhead line, students. So porcelain insulators are used to make many different types of insulators. So actually, to say, insulators are of number of types. So out of them, all are made up of porcelain insulators. So they are like transformer bushing pins. So actually in transformer, the in and out of the conductor is through a bushing, and this bushing is made up of a ceramic material. This ceramic material is used in the transformer bushing, because so as to insulate the transformer from getting short circuited. Now there is also suspension insulator. So students, you might have seen long transmission lines which are running, obviously in any open field areas you will find such kind of transmission lines. So you will see there will be suspension insulators for transmission and distribution lines. Disconnecting switch, porcelain parts used for switch, plugs, sockets, fuse holders, telephone insulator, etc. So they are used in wide number of uses. In order to carry out the requirement of given application, porcelain is required in different dimension and shape. So we will have its dimension and shape according to our necessity. So we will fabricate them as per our requirement. Thick solid insulators should be avoided. Where large insulators are necessary, thin insulators bonded together by glazing should be used. While considering the design of porcelain insulator, an important factor to be borne in mind is that the compressive strength of porcelain is much higher than the tensile strength. Therefore, compressive loading on porcelain insulators should be preferred. So here students, you can see this compressive strength of porcelain is much higher than its tensile strength. Therefore, compressive loading on porcelain insulator should be preferred. Now there is a line insulator. So porcelain finds one of its largest application as line insulators. Rain and dirt affect surface resistivity. This is therefore an important consideration in figure 4.13. So students, this is the figure. You can just have a look. This shows a proper design with the help of overcoming the problem of reduced surface resistivity and flashover due to rain and accumulation of dirt. So due to this design, there will be no accumulation of dirt, neither some water will also be stored. Other ceramic materials. Apart from porcelain, there are other ceramics also. So relatively high loss factor and its further increase at higher temperatures and frequencies has restricted the use of porcelain. This has given rise to other ceramic insulators. These are statite, a proper mixture of clay and talc, that is hydrated magnesium silicate, dried and then fired with addition of certain other materials like feldspar, manganized or your magnesite, etc., makes stellite. So it is the other you can say the it is also a ceramic material which is used for insulating materials. Now there is a table at 4.8 shows the excellent compressive strength, less moisture absorption and good electrical properties of statite. Statite shrinks little when fired during manufacturing and thus dimensional tolerance are very good or good. Statite is used in making equipment for high frequency systems. Also, when thermal shock resistance is desired, statite is used. The other materials are alumina. This is primarily made of aluminum oxide. Extremely high firing temperature about 1750 degrees centigrade and other factors making manufacturing difficult. Alumina is characterized by high structure limiting temperatures up to 1800 degrees centigrade, less water absorption, high compressive strength. Alumina excels in heat conduction, having 20 times more conductive than porcelain. There is another materials also, titanate ceramics. So this titanic ceramics, students, here the inclusion of certain titanates like barium titanate, lead titanate, etc. during manufacture makes titanate ceramics. Titanate ceramics have an astoundingly high dielectric constant. Barium titanate ceramic can possess a dielectric constant up to 10,000. This exceptionally high value offer big advantage in capacitor design. Now, the other material used are oxide free ceramics. In the preceding pages, we have discussed ceramics containing various inorganic oxide. There is another class which has been developed in which there are no oxides. Instead of oxides, they consist of nitrides. They also consist of sulfides, carbides, etc. These ceramics excel in their extreme heat resistance properties. The melting property of nitride exceeds 2000 degrees centigrade, and this can be used at a temperature as high as 17 degrees centigrade in oxygen free medium. Boron nitride is used in manufacturing synthetic mica and central or metal crystals for making transistors. Now students, we will read about piezoelectric ceramic transducer elements. Piezoelectric ceramic transducers are based on lead zirconate, lead titanate composition. They have good efficiency for electrical to mechanical energy conversion and vice versa. The following three types are available commercially. So what are the three types then? Low power ceramic material. This have uh, this type have low dielectric constant, high voltage sensitivity, and volume resistivity and stability over a wide temperature range. Their application are in low power transducer, acoustic sensing elements, flaw detection probes, and gramophone pickups. The second type is high power ceramic material. These have high electromechanical coupling coefficients, uh, low dielectric losses, and high coercive field. Their application, uh, their application are in high power electro acoustic devices, ultrasound cleaners, high voltage generators. Now the third grade is stabilized grade, as based on lead zirconate titanate. Mechanical Q is 500. Stability for resonant and anti-resonant frequency is 0.2%. Piezoelectric crystals are available in circular discs, square plates, cylinders, and rings. Typical characteristics of piezoelectric material is as shown in figure. So there is a figure, students. You can see here the Curie temperature. Already we know what is Curie temperature. Mechanical Q also. Dielectric properties, dielectric constant at 1 kilohertz, dissipation factor, electromechanical data, coupling coefficient. So this is the table. You just have to note it down. Don't have to remember also. So you can just have a look on this. Mica and mica products we will read now, students. Mica is a very important product, and it is an inorganic material. It is one of the best natural insulating material available. In spite of tremendous progress made in insulating technology, this material and its products still find many applications in present day. It is one of the oldest insulation of outstanding performance. That means we have not yet found uh, its alternative. So it is till now used as it was used earlier also. So India fortunately claims the best of the biggest reserve of mica in the world. About 80% of the total world requirement of mica for electrical industry is furnished by India. Other countries reserve of the materials are USA, Canada, Malaysia, Africa, Russia, Australia, and South America. The the qualities of mica can be classified on visual basis, such as clear, sustained, spotted, etc. However, from electrical utility point of view, following two variety, that is muscovite mica and phlogophyte mica are important. So we will uh, read about muscovite mica and this phlogophyte mica and their properties also, students. So you go through this notes, you will also understand its application. So we will stop in this class now. Thank you, students.